on the music side, who you admire? I come back to when you have been 11, 12, 13 or something. Who was the persons who you admired?
Well, when I was that young, it was really the music that my brothers played, and I'd pick out the stuff that I liked and listen to it with them. And
what kind of music they played?
They were into King Crimson at that time, and Pink Floyd, and Blind Faith, Fleetwood Mac, that sort of thing. They were the first, and the Stones, of course. I mean, these were really the first bits of contemporary music I was getting into, and the Beatles, obviously.
When you created your personal taste, who's been the people?
I think probably a little of everyone, especially traditional music, because that was what was happening in this house when I was tiny. And I think that's
traditional music?
English folk music, Irish folk music. My brothers were into playing it, and I think that had a very strong effect on me.
Do you think that this job takes a part of your physical power?
Yeah, I think it's very mentally tiring, more than physically. I think touring is physically tiring, but I think really most of the other things involved are much more mentally exhausting. Like, concentration is the main thing, really. And, like, having to do things all day and just keep up and not sort of do this after 3 hours. But it's very good because it teaches you to draw on energies that maybe you didn't think you had, and you have to sustain. And I think it's a very good exercise.
You always thought there's only one way, so only one way is to be a professional.
I think it is the only way. Especially in this business, you have to be professional about everything, really, because it's so important to keep in control and keep cool. When I perform, that's just something that happens in me. It just takes over, you know. It's like suddenly feeling that you've leapt into another structure, almost like another person, and you just do it. But when I'm not working, I'm very much me. I mean, I certainly wouldn't sort of dance around the table and sing. But like now, you know, I'm just being me, and I think they're very separate. And I have to keep them separate, otherwise I think I'd go mad.
Was your family background in one way making you creative, or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're very responsible for me entering this path of life without, especially my brothers, they were very musical. I mean, all the time there'd be music in the house from the time I can first remember. And to have that around you, it's bound to affect you and either take you right away from it or make you jump into it. And I obviously joined in because it was fascinating for me, and we used to sing things. And
what is your father doing?
He's a doctor, but he used to play the piano. He's musical too. It seems to run in the family.
And even if you've been 11 years old, there was no other way for you to go in music?
I don't know about that. I mean, it was definitely the thing that I felt very deeply. But I guess I felt that I should have some sort of career in mind that was normal, because, you know, it's the expected thing. But I don't think my heart was really in it. I think I was truly into music all the time, but I didn't really want to allow it.
And your parents, you told you have to learn something, what's serious, what makes you a living?
Yeah, I think they were concerned that I should have a future that would at least be stable. And the music business is probably one of the most unstable businesses you can even dream of getting into. But I think they realised how much music means to me and how much I get out of it. And for them, for any parents, the best thing is to see your children happy.
How do you mean, what most do I like in her?
In the show, the quality of...
Oh, in the show. I liked her in all of it, actually. The quality, her performance, her stamina.
Stamina, yeah.
Yes, and, I mean, her stamina is fantastic when she had to go on. I was very proud of that. Very professional, I thought. Wasn't she?
Is that what you ever saw a risk in this profession of your daughter?
Oh, yes. What sort of risk?
I mean a risk to make a living out of this show business.
No, not really. I always had great confidence that she would make it. Well, from when she was about 14, I think. Risk, well, of course there's risk, but I thought there was... I'm her greatest fan, I think, from when she was very young and hadn't got much of a voice. I always knew there was something so original that I was sure she would make it.